takes like a
It is eating up your
hours to
basic.
go on.
Yeah.
That's Excel. That's Excel. Thank you.
Okay.
That's what I made.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So for Blender, see, I can't remember what's the name of that. So there are websites where you can actually download let's say pre-designed models, so that you can
Oh yeah,
basically.
sir. In that polyheaven.com and even in Sketchfab, those things.
And yes, yeah, that's the thing. So you can basically use that to create the models whenever you want. Nice.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so yeah, let's. So I hope you don't have any questions for the things which we did so far. Uh, so that. So what is your plan at school? So are they starting programming, or they are going to skip this and jump to the last?
No, sir. These days they haven't started anything.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to start programming in the next month, not in April,
Okay.
in May.
So you guys are on holidays for the moment.
Yes, sir.
Ah, okay. Ah, so
That means
ah,
these days we are doing paper discussions, but after that, after a month, we are going to start programming.
okay. Ah, paper discussions in the papers you just wrote. Ah, okay, that's good. That's good. So after okay. So that means you will be starting it on somewhere in May, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Ah, nice. Okay. Then we have a head start. Perfect. Okay. So,
Yes.
nice. So, program is going to be obviously interesting. So, that is since that is my cup of tea as well. So, I'll be mainly teaching you on hands-on stuff when it comes to programming. Okay. So, nice. Let's jump in and see what is up in this. So, perfect. So here now there are a few key objectives which we will be following. So don't get that much of like, this is not going to be complex obviously. So we are going to basically start with the key programming basics, where we will be talking about the differences between like, let's say, textual languages and visual languages, as well as we will talk about some modern programming methods and methodologies. Let's say there's these things called sequences, iterations, and different types of programming methods of building a system. Okay, and then primarily we'll be talking about algorithms. So mainly sorting algorithms, which is going to be the most, let's say, the most used type of algorithms within the systems, as well as we'll be talking about few, let's say, syntaxes, as well as, let's say, subprograms and subroutines, and there are some technical jargon in this. So at the end, you should be able to create a small program, not a advanced one, but a simple program with, like, let's say, a variety of different formats, as well as we will be learning about Python. Okay, so Python is now Python is one of the most commonly used programming languages around the world, because Python is so robust, and it works as in a way where you can actually go forward with, let's say, uh, mainly AI and machine learning platforms, so that you use Python to basically build the data structures, and that code is quite easy. Okay, now since we are learning this, it will be quite easy for you to start off. So, Kevin, where have you done any programming in grade 6?
No, sir.
Nothing.
In school we didn't do.
Ah, okay. School, you didn't go through any like databases and structures, you know?
No, sir. Those days we didn't do Pearson, no, sir. We did our school created one. So we didn't have programming.
Ah, ha, ha. Ah, okay. Okay. So it was something like a custom. Okay, okay. So the school came up with it. Nice. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to skip the keywords. So we will be anyway talking about these keywords a lot. So let's see what this is. Okay, so may question: what is an algorithm? What do you think is an algorithm is?
Algorithm is sort of like a sort of as instruction, something.
Okay, okay, yeah, sort of an instruction or set of instructions.
Set of instruction.
Set of instructions, exactly. Now, okay, so it's like this. Now, you have a younger brother, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, if you, let's say, you're thirsty and you want to drink some water, can you ask him to go and bring some water? You can, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, when you are when you're making that request, when you're going to ask your mother to bring some water, how would you ask? How would you make the question?
Can you bring me some water like that?
Hurry, hurry. Okay, but then again, um, think. Okay, so you might have a cup, like a designated cup for you at home, right? මගේ කෝප්
Yes, sir.
අපි ඔක සිංහලෙන් කියනවා නම් ඔයා කියයි මල්ලි මගේ කෝප්පෙට වතුර එකක් ගෙනත් දෙන්න. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it should be something
Yes.
like that, right? Because you have your own cup, no? So you want to drink water from your cup. You don't want to use your mother's or father's or brother's cup, right? So those are conditions, right? So
Oh.
the algorithm,
Con-
yes. Sorry, go on. Yeah, you want to say something?
no, sir.
Ah,
I mean, like conditions. Now I understood what's the part in that.
yeah. Okay. So now, when it comes to this algorithm, the algorithm is obviously a set of instructions, yes, but it has to have a certain set of steps, which will then focus on the basis of a set of conditions. So basically, you will shout and say to your brother, "Malli mage කෝප්පෙට වතුර ටිකක් ගෙනත් දෙන්න." හරි. So that means you have a condition that it's your cup, and you will say, okay, so you are telling your brother to bring the water to you, no? So that means now your brother has a certain cognitive ability, so that your brother can listen, can hear that command, right? And then he knows where you are sitting at or where you are inside your house, right? And then for him, he knows, okay, he has to find your cup, fill it with water, or if he can't find water, then he'll have to ask your mother to fetch some water and then fill it up to the cup, and then he has to find you where you are at in your house, right? And then come to you and give you the cup of water, right? Let's say if you are in middle of a class, then obviously he has to discreetly හොරෙන් ඇවිල්ලා මේසෙට තියලා යන්න ඕනේ. හරි. Now, when we talk about these things, it's a massive flow, right? So think about the factors, which factors means එන්න ඕනේ දේවල් ටික. හරි. දැන් ඔයා මේක ඉල්ලුවාම කොච්චර දේවල් ගොඩක් ඒක ඇතුලේ තියෙන්න ඕනේද බලන්න මේ ඒ ටාස්ක් එක achieve වෙන්න. You get the point, right? Okay, so now when it comes to our human interaction, human languages, that's straightforward because with our cognitive ability, we know that okay, අයියා ඉන්නේ සාලෙට ගිහිල්ලා අයියාගේ කෝප්පේ කොයි වගේද? කෝප්පේ දැකලා තියෙනවානේ. කප් එකේ මොකක් හරි it has to be some sort of a specific cup, no? So that means he knows, he understands, and he has the ability to find your cup, right? And then he knows what is water is. වතුර දන්නේ නැත්නම් ඒකට මොකද කරන්නේ? ඔයාට වතුර ඉල්ලුවම තේ එකක් ගෙනත් දීලා හරියන්නේ. So he knows what is water is, and he knows where to find water. So let's say if you ask, can you bring me a cup of cool water or chilled water, then he should know where your fridge is, where if you have a water bottle inside the fridge, or to open the deep freezer, get some ice, break it up, put it into the cup and stir it a little bit to make sure the water is cold enough, and then bring it to you. So there's a massive lot of actions which involves in that small sentence. හරි. දැන් ඕක තමයි වැඩේ. දැන් ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ for computers they don't know this to me. දැන් හිතන්න ඕගලගේ ගෙදර රොබෝ එකක් ඉන්නවා කියමු. So ඔයා රොබෝ එකට කිව්වොත් go and bring me some water කියලා. That guy will be lost. Then you will have to train that robot according to your home structure, where water is, where the faucet is, how to open the faucet, or if you have a water filter, how to.
What is the facility?
Yeah, දැන් මංගේ ෆැසට් එකක් ටැප් එක හරින හැටි නැත්තම් කියමු ඔයගලගේ ගෙදර water filter එකක් තියෙනවා නම් how to operate the water filter. There are different types of filters where you have to press down to get water, or like pull it up to get water, and so on and so forth. So if you tell this particular command to a robot, then you have to specify all these factors. Factors කියන්නේ points. හරි. අන්න ඕක තමයි algorithm එක කියන්නේ. So අපි now when we build applications into software and hardware applications or robots or any sort of a thing, the step-by-step approach or the sequence of events are known as algorithms. Okay, so let me ask you another question now. Let's say, how do you go to school? Now, let me restructure the question. So, think that now you have a new robot at your house. Okay, he doesn't know anything, and you want him to go to school. How would you train him?
By a program.
No. I mean, what are the instructions you are going to tell him?
Go to the road. Go to the road.
Okay.
And turn left side.
පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න. දැන් පාරට යන්න කලින් before going to the road, there's a massive process to do. No, man, you have to wake up, you have to brush your teeth, you have to wash your face.
That's a robot.
රොබෝ නැති flow එක කියන්නේ මේ. So start from the beginning. Just think you're writing a program to program a robot. How would it sound like?
Wake up in the morning at 8 a.m.
Great. Okay.
And lift the legs right to the right side, and keep the leg down by a 60-degree angle.
Get down.
Or any angle.
Yeah.
And turn the upper body to 90 degrees, and turn
Stand
the
up.
lower body
Yeah.
to 90 degrees.
Okay.
And start walking frontwards, and from 0.5 meters you have to turn to left, and you have to go on front, and from 0.7 meters you have to turn for right, and you have to go front.
Nice.
For 2 meters.
Perfect.
And like that.
Perfect. You got the idea. Yes. Now you know how to program a robot. So then තේරෙනවනේ කොච්චර අමාරුද කියලා robot එකක් හදනවා කියන්නේ.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to program every minute කියන්නේ පොඩිම every minute instruction into the robot's memory, so then only they can work. But nowadays, when it comes to robots and algorithms, we do have different machine learning models like this NVIDIA Omniverse and all, where they basically let you create your house. ඔයාට ගෙදර blueprint එකක් දාලා you can actually create your interior inside the Omniverse, and then you can train the robot to do those things. Then you don't have to say you have to go 1.5 meters forward and so on and so forth, because the robot knows where the house, where the bed is, how to get out of the bed, and where the door is, where the washroom is, and so on and so forth. Anyway, okay. Algorithms clear neda idea එක?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So as software engineers, this is what we do. So what we do is we create algorithms to solve problems. Different problems requires different type of algorithms, and these algorithms are developed based on programming languages, because you can't tell a computer in ones and zeros what to do. No, we have to write it in our own English, in basically using a language which we understand, and then we have to convert it into some sort of an activity. Okay, so now that's a brief about an algorithm. So then we have two different types of programming languages and environments. Okay, so a programming language is, in simple terms, a programming language is basically English, okay, where you will use simple terms of English to provide a computer with some sort of an instruction. That is it. Simple as that. So when it comes to this particular programming language, we do have two different types of programming languages. One is the text-based language. This is the one which you just saw that I was doing some changes on one of the code as well. So
Yes.
yeah, so that is the text-based language, as well as we have visual language as well, which is known as graphical blocks. So we do have graphical programming languages as well. Have you done Scratch? Nani?
What's it?
Scratch කියලා තියෙන programming language එකක්, have you
Oh,
tried it?
yeah, sir. That's not a programming sort of, it's sort of like code.
Yes, so that is basically programming. You just you use a visual interface to come up with an algorithm.
But sir, Scratch, even I have it in my computer still.
Okay.
I don't like to use it because it's like you can't literally do nothing from it.
It is hurry. Scratch is designed for babies.
Yeah, sir.
Scratch is
You can just see the codes like to turn and front and up,
exactly.
and that is not more precise.
Yeah, Scratch is actually designed for babies to not babies, like very young kids, to basically understand the concepts of programming. And you know what? Scratch is very powerful. Like, I know it has this fancy kind of like childish like layout with multiple colors and all, but it is really powerful, because you have plugins and different types of applications which you can install on top of Scratch. Then you get different activities. Example is there is a
Okay.
yeah, no, there is a plugin for Arduino controllers.
What is that?
Arduino, this robo controllers,
Oh,
motors
yeah,
and
yeah,
all.
sir. I know
You-
that Arduino one.
Yeah, you know
I
that,
didn't
no?
know the Arduino's plugin. That's
There is a plugin for that. You know about those stuff too? So
Yeah.
there are multiple different plugins where you can install on Scratch, where it will allow you to run simple Arduino commands. Just search on Google as how to make a remote control car on Arduino with Scratch.
Scratch.
You will get all the details.
Oh, then it's pretty easy to make it.
Yeah, because you get all the buttons and all, and you just drag and drop the button, program it, and then it works. So
That is so.
yes, yeah, but you don't have to learn Scratch now. Now since you know Python, right? You have done stuff with Python.
Yes, I'm still doing stuff with Python.
Perfect. Yeah. So since you know Python, don't go back to Scratch. Scratch is kind of specifically like for babies.
I am now sir doing even HTML also.
That's good.
With
That's
Python.
good. That's really good. Okay, so super. So that's the whole concept behind visual languages as well. So these are like basically something similar to visual coding. Okay, so also there is also one more point, Kevin. Don't get this thing mixed up, because if you use let's say if you use something like a visual editor, they do have. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Na? Go 1 second.
Okay, sir.
Again, we are having some sort of an attack.
Sir, can't you like replace the not the replace the websites, sir, like most of the top known websites have backup websites, right?
Um, yeah, it's like this, Kenneth. So you can't actually have a backup website for a. So now, no, no, okay. Let me tell you about this attack. So this attack works in a way where your domain. So you know how the domain works now. So that domain
Yes.
is getting the attack. So whatever the backup websites or so whatever we have, still the domain is the one who is basically getting the web request in. So you enter www.abc.com on your browser, and that domain gets the request. So now this attack is actually to that domain itself, not to the server. So in our servers, we do have multiple different types of servers where now you might have heard this term known as load balancing. So we have this system called load balancing where we have a certain, let's say, certain set of servers parallelly connected together, and when the request comes in, it checks about the load of these servers, and then depending on the load, that request is sent to each and every server. So that if we get 100,000 users, let's say එකපාරට users ලක්ෂයක් ආව කියලා අතට ලක්ෂයක් ආවොත්, if we have 4 servers, that would get divided into 24,000, 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 and 25,000. Likewise. So it's not getting into a single machine. Or backup servers කියන්නේ ඕක concept එක. But the problem is where the point which comes in. අර entrance එකේ domain එක එන්නේ. අන්න එතනයි issue එක තියෙන්නේ.
So, sir, that means if you have that, you are not able to get the money, right?
ඒ කියන්නේ
That means the entrance is sort of like blocked, ne?
Oh. Give me 1 second.
Okay, sir.
හරි okay. Yeah, මෙහෙමයි. ඒක so that is something which are blocked in the sense, yeah, so that can be blocked. So what we do is we use this type of this thing. We use this type of protection like this. So Cloudflare has a system which is known as bot protection, attack protection. So that finds out if there's a certain attack going on and it blocks it. Likewise. So that is so the only way to block this is from the domain level itself, not from the server level. ඒ කියන්නේ හිතමු අපි block කරන්න ඕනේ gate එකෙන්. gate එකෙන් එන්නේ ඇතුළට signal එක. gate එක ගාවට security guard කෙනෙක්ව දාලා එතනින් නවත්තන්න ඕනේ. නෑ ඔයා එන්න එපා ඔයා එන්න. ඒ වගේ. Likewise.
Okay.
So that gate is, yeah, sorry, yes.
And sir, if we have time, sir, like today,
Yeah.
we are since we are starting our all academics after a month now, sir.
Yeah.
So can we today can we do something like hacking or something?
Yeah, we'll see. නැත්තම් අපි වෙන වෙලාවක පොඩ්ඩක් හම්බෙලා chat එකක් දාමු. Because today we'll be starting the other class after this, man. I will send you the link also. There's a grade 9 classes also there. So yeah, okay. Wait, let's jump in. I will keep that in mind. Let's see how it goes. Karo. Okay. So yeah. So those two are the primary two types of programming languages or environments we have. And then we do have this term. So this term, we will be using this throughout the lecture itself. So we call this, there's this thing known as an IDE. Okay. So in simple terms, we call it an IDE, but the actual terminology behind that is integrated development environment. Okay. So why do we need this? It's quite simple. Uh, a programming language is something which is very large, right? So they do have massive lots and lots of different features, functionalities, attributes, and so on and so forth. So technically, if you take a language like PHP, Python, Java, .NET, a mere human does not have the capacity to completely remember all the features. හරි. ඒක ඇත්තටම
Yes.
කාටවත් මතක තියාගන්න බෑ මොකද මේ ඒක ලොකු වැඩි. හරි. So because of that reason we do have this thing called IDEs. So an IDE, what it does is it basically sends the user something like a gives the user something like an easy environment for them to understand and see how it works. Okay. So example is, let's say you have lots and lots of functions. If you take Python has a massive lot of inbuilt functions, no, to perform different activities. Just to take an example, just to print a value to the console, අපි use කරනවා print command එක නේ. So the print
Yes.
command, that print command differs based on programming language. So in Java we use one thing, in PHP we use another one. Likewise, we do have different types of functions. So දැන් ඕක මතක තියාගන්න බෑනේ. ඕක කොටියක් විතර තියෙනවා. ඉතින් what we do is we use a specific integrated development ID environment, which is also known as an IDE, to make sure that it will help us at to find these simple things and to properly code. So ඔතන වෙන්නේ මේ IDEs are mainly used. Okay, so technically, as you might have tried out, you can code Python on anything in the sense you can just use a notepad and type and it works, right? Simple as that. But the issue is, if you make a mistake, you never know until you run the code and until you see that error in the console. You will never know that there was a text error or some sort of an error, right?
So now it shows.
In your editor.
Oh yes, in the visual, in my VS Code, they are like in the problems
obviously.
they come like one
Yes.
problem is occurring and I have to check the problem. It's
Yes.
telling in the line 6 this thing is a syntax error like that.
Exactly. So VS Code is an IDE. So VS Code supports Python. So that's why it is okay. So VS Code is kind of okay. So let's say we don't call it an IDE, we call it an editor. But then again, it supports Python as well. But if you really want to go and use a Python IDE, we have this software called PyCharm. So PyCharm is by JetBrains, which actually has a complete Python system inbuilt. So if you go with that one, it actually helps you a lot more than what you get with VS Code. VS Code එකේ මෙහෙම දෙයක් තියෙනවා. In Python, when you code Python in VS Code, there are some things which it will not show you, like okay, I mean not basic Python codes, but if you go into a Python library, අපි හිතමු මෙහෙම එකක්. දැන් අපි Python වල අපි, so I think you might have used a single py files, no? So you work on a single file, right?
Yes.
Okay, but now there is a Python library known as Django. It's written as DJANGO, Django. Okay, it's.
But sir, can we just tell the spellings?
DJANGO, Django.
DJ.
Okay, let me show you.
So in that thing, sir, what we can like, can we like get the codes easily?
Yeah, so Django is actually a web Python web framework. So this guy allows you to basically build websites and big web applications based on Python.
Okay, sir.
So
So, sir, if we need a web, we need to make an website, sir. We should buy an DNS and do that things.
I didn't get your question. What do you mean by that?
Sir, I thought of now these days I am free, so I am doing those modelings and those things. So I thought of putting a website, sort of like a patron page in the Google.
Okay.
But sir, the problem is, should I buy an DNS for that?
Buy a domain name for that, not DNS.
Yes.
A domain. Okay.
Domain name.
May අපි මෙහෙම කරමු. Not I am a bit busy tomorrow, but send me a message somewhere either during Sunday or next week, and we'll jump on a call and I'll teach you how to build a website using Google Firebase. So Google has a platform known as Firebase, Fire F-I-R-E, Base B-A-C. So Firebase allows you to create websites and you can automatically host it. So
Okay, sir.
that is you will have to install few things on your laptop. Do you have Node.js installed?
Node.js.
No.
No, sir, not
No.
Node.js. I
Oh.
don't have Node.js.
Perfect. Okay, so all you need to do is you need to install Node.js, and then you need to have a little bit of knowledge about JavaScript. I can easily teach teach it to you. And then from the Node.js point, you can actually, using Firebase and using Node.js, you can create a website and you can deploy it to the Firebase cloud, which then it will give you a live URL. So there are few ways to do this. You can either go with Firebase or you can go with GitHub. So GitHub also provides you with a particular pattern where you can put a website online. I'll teach you both. Let's see. Then you can start building something.
Thank you, sir.
No worry, no worry. Okay, perfect. So I hope you got the idea about an IDE, right? How it works. So
Yes.
then we jump into our good old Python. Okay. So Python is, as you know, one of the most popular programming languages these days. Not to do with any other reasons like teaching at schools and so on and so forth. The primary reason with Python is it is free.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's easy.
Easy, you got a lazy mat nahi.
But that means, in the sense, like, you don't have much codes to type to what? Like in HTML, you had put doc type HTML
Yes.
and after that blank and those things. But
Yes.
in Python, print hello world. Hello world.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Mehmai, that is actually Kemit. So it depends on your, let's say, it depends on your use case. Hari, Mehmai. Mehma gama koda website ekak kiyanne. So a website is something which you host online, and for the website it must be written in HTML, right? Otherwise your browser cannot open the file. That's a whole different area. Now, Python is basically a programming language which runs in the terminal or the console, right? So now you can't basically write a HTML file in Python and open it on a server. You can, there are ways to do that using different libraries, but not just out of the box. Got the idea?
Yeah, sir.
So let's say if you use something like Visual Studio Code, and not the Visual Studio Code, I mean the Visual Studio itself, and if you use .NET, C#, then you can build a Windows application. So you can basically create an application Or let's say if you go with Java, then you can build a Windows application or a cross-platform application where it will work on Java, Windows, Mac OS and Linux. Otherwise, there is another programming language known as Kotlin, Kotlin, Kotlin. So Kotlin is similar to Java.
How do you remember those whole programming languages?
That- That's because we basically use those programming languages for different needs. So now example is now Kotlin is a universal programming language where you can actually use Kotlin to develop Windows applications, Mac applications, Linux applications, and Android applications. You,
Oh,
you can use that.
that's so.
Yes, you can use one language for all these things. And then on top of this, we have this programming language which was created by Google, which is known as Flutter. So Flutter,
Oh, yeah, sir, Flutter.
you might have
I
heard
just
about.
saw it in DP education.
Ah,
I just
yes.
didn't know. I was about to ask, sir, what is Flutter? That's it.
So Flutter is a programming language which was created by Google to create mobile applications. So it basically lets you write the code only once. So let's say you write the Flutter code and you can deploy it onto both Android and iOS.
That means we can even make an what was the app, right?
Yeah, නිකන් phone app එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන් with easily.
That's what. Okay, sir.
So that's why. So I hope you got the point. So different requirement has different programming languages. So now, as a software engineer, since you want to become a software engineer, I think the best option would be it would be a bit hard for you to learn everything. So it took me almost like close to 20 years to learn all these things and got into the rank. So at the beginning, it won't be. It's not practical to learn everything, but it is really valuable if you learn web development and Python, because Python is going to be a backend language, and when you learn Python, it will be easy for you to grasp the idea of other languages as well. Example is PHP. So PHP is almost running similar to Python, but PHP is designed for web applications. Okay.
That's it. The PHP is Eclipse, right?
No, PHP. PHP.
So, sir, what is Eclipse? Our mother told something like that.
Eclipse is actually an IDE. Eclipse is an IDE similar to VS Code, but more focused towards development of Java. So I used to use Eclipse long time ago while I was working on some Java projects. That was close to, I don't know, more than 10, 20, 10
Almost
15 years ago.
one of our websites of our company, so it's made by Eclipse, our mother told.
Ah, okay, okay.
It was like 10 years old.
Hurry, fair enough. Yes, should be.
That's it. And it even have all textures on it.
Is that application based on Java?
That's our mother told like it was Java and HTML and those things.
Yeah, Java when no, otherwise you won't normally use Eclipse to build PHP or Python applications.
Yes.
Okay, super. So Python, just to give you a brief idea, so Python is free to download, and it can be run, or Python code can be executed on multiple types of devices. Okay, so that's the main goal behind it as well. So you write the code once and you can run that code on multiple different types of machines, servers and applications. Plus companies like Google, Netflix, they all use Python as their core ecosystem, because that is how
Google?
Yes, Google is using Python for almost everything. So here, all these AI patterns, AI machine learning, AI servers, everything runs on Python. each
Oh
and
yeah, so
everything.
ChatGPT even said once I asked and made a question from another tester that I went for,
Mm-hmm.
and that code cannot be generated by ChatGPT,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave me a default error.
Okay.
That was a Python code.
Okay. Okay. How come you got a Python code?
Sir, because it told like I cannot fix this thing or something. And he gave me a default Python code that he told that you could run on your own and you can like see the answer. I forgot the answer, however.
Huh. So you asked for a Python question?
No, sir, I asked a math question. I asked like, what is the 2 to the power of 2022? And it came as a error. And I just did it in Python, and Python I got the correct answer.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay. Ari. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that is actually depending on what type of a question you have asked. Okay.
And sir, I saw a video sir that sir told that you can't ask ChatGPT straight away how to hack or something, no, sir.
Yes.
So sir, I just got an idea and I just typed like this.
Mm-hmm.
What if I mistakenly hacked a person? What
Okay.
should I be aware of?
Okay.
This guy gave be aware of this and that and this and that.
Yes.
And I told how again. Explain me in brief and he told how to hack.
Yes, yeah, technically, yes. So you have to ask the question in the reverse order.
That guy answered.
Yes, 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 that happens. Okay, so yeah, so I will show you a easy way of running Python where you can actually share your code with me as well. So before we jump into this, you know the basic stuff, how it can be done. So we do have, now here in this particular code snippet, you can see few lines of code. So what is this code highlighted in red?
So the code that is highlighted is red is the output.
Output the, what is it starting with?
A hashtag. A
Yeah,
hashtag.
so hashtag එකක් අහම මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ?
It's an input.
No. And a hashtag is basically a comment.
Uh,
This
so
this
actually I don't use hash. I don't use those comments and those in Python, but I only run those inputs at this.
Okay, okay, okay. So in Python, the way you put a comment is using a hashtag. So wherever you put a hashtag in front of something, sorry, whenever you put a hashtag and whatever the content you put after the hashtag is going to get neglected by the code. So the compiler does not going to go through this code and understand how it works. Okay, and then we do have input. So the input is basically showing this message to the user and asking the user
Question.
a question where it will wait, right? And then
Name is a variable in there.
name is the variable, exactly. Name is the variable, and when you use print, that would basically print that whatever the value inside the variable into the terminal, right?
Oh yes.
Yes, and then we do have the visual programming with visual code languages. So here the example is taken as from Scratch. So Scratch is basically the same thing, but here, like without writing the code, what we do is we create the conditions. So we create the
Yes,
conditions.
but it's pretty much like not normal. It's sort of like so 2D and so strict.
Yes, so within මෙහෙමනේ. Now, okay, let me explain this in a very different way now. හිතන්න මෙහෙම එකක් okay, so let's say you have a small, okay, have you ever had a remote control racing car?
Oh yes.
Okay. Nice, perfect. Did it had a, so in your remote control, did you had the buttons to control the car, or the wheel to rotate and control the car?
Sir, I've got the both.
Wheel එකයි buttons උයි දෙකම තියෙනවා.
No, sir.
Ah,
Once when I take my rock rollers, I have the wheel controls.
wheel control.
But if I go to those drones and RC jets, I get the joysticks.
Joysticks, yes, correct. Perfect. Okay. So, but if you take a wheel controller, you get more control, right? You can precisely
sir,
maneuver the car.
Sir. Speed is so
And
nice
the speed is awesome.
so tiny in that.
Yes, exactly. So now just think, when you rotate that wheel, how it works is it gives you precise points of change, right? Then අපි හිතමු දකුණට කපන්න ඕනේ කියලා. So when you rotate it front to go back, that means it gives you much more ability to go with, much more ability to go with precision turns.
And so you can drift.
You can drift, exactly, right? So that is similar to using something like Python, because Python you get multiple lots and lots of actions where you can go with precise input, but you need to know how to drive. කරලත් බෑනේ. දැන් sketch කියන්නේ something similar to a joypad, where you have the buttons. So when you press the button, that action is fixed. You get the point? So,
that means it doesn't have multiple choices in one.
No, you do not have the option of going with multiple different actions. You can't say do this, and do this. If this happens, go and do this. That's not there. You have to go through a fixed set of actions which is given by the engine.
Yeah.
Similar to these two different types of remotes. Right? So that's why people don't that much focus on that's designed towards younger children to learn programming. But when you want to do some hardcore
and nowadays we don't even need remotes in DJI. Sir, I think sir have that version in sir's camera LK that it tracks your body, that you have to identify your body and tracks the body and go on.
Yeah.
You need no precise camera and positionings and those things.
It was this what do you call it? This
DJI Mini or something.
Yeah, you had the drone accessory for that. In the Balan Co. There was this.
Sir, but DJI is so expensive.
See, when the maker. Motion fly system. This is the one.
See the price?
169,000, yeah, obviously. Maybe this is the one. You can actually, so you have to wear your VR headset and then you can just control it like this.
Yeah, sir, but there's another way also, like another person can wear it and it can focus another person.
Yeah, that is also there. So that means the drone has this tracking system so that it will track you. That is also there. This.
What is the cheapest DJI version that you got?
I think we have the. So this DJI Neo was recently released. So I think that is the cheapest drone where you can buy. Yeah, let me check. Neo, maybe it's 117. This one.
That's right.
Yeah, this is the. If you go with the drone only, how much is it? It's 79,000.
So drone only, and what's the other one?
Yeah, no, it's like this. So let's say now if you are buying it, don't buy the drone only because you don't have any controllers and all. So let's say if you already have couple of drones or a drone, then you have the drone controller, then you can only buy the drone. So it's just the raw drone itself. You don't get anything, nothing. It's just the drone. But if you are a first time customer, then you better buy this one, because this actually comes with the controller and some extra batteries and some extra gear like additional propellers.
Those backups.
Backup, yeah. You get a certain set of propellers also, I believe. Cool.
So once I took a drone, our father bought it from another country. So when they was like checking up the drone controls and those things.
Mm-hmm.
They have taken all the backups, sir, and nothing to do. No, there was not even a battery. They have
Oh.
taken the packs out, and
Ayyo.
so we had to
Okay.
like stay for 1 year to take a battery and those things.
Yeah. So these drones, remember these drones doesn't have that much of a flying time. Huh? The flying time is really like couple of minutes. So that's why
Yeah, it takes only like 10 minutes for like
exactly,
go around
exactly.
and that.
Yes, that's why this guy comes with three. So if you buy this package, you get three batteries, and you can charge it and keep the battery. So when you're flying, you can like when the battery is low, you can just Im- immediately call the drone to you, change the battery, and send it again.
Sir, but in Darasa I saw it was not DJI, but it was similar to DJI and it
Mhm.
even had the same controls and those things, but it was up to like 6,000.
Ah, maybe there are cheaper ones. Huh? There are cheaper ones, but I have no clue how they work. Man.
They
There
are
is a
like sir, not branded, that's why.
yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, if you're like trying to play around with the drone, then obviously you can buy a cheap one. But if you really want to kind of let's say do some videos and all, then obviously need to go with a proper drone.
Oh no, sir, I just wanted to like play with those drones.
Then you can go to a place and like the how the what's the location name? Cool Planet thing. Cool Planet
Yes,
take
sir.
not drones. Go to Cool Planet and see they have drones for like couple of thousand rupees. Or shoot it
Oh,
drones.
yes, sir.
Those type of drones like even if you break it, it doesn't matter. I think look Ghana otherwise if you buy a
And
drone from
sir, those drones are easy to fix even.
yes some.
I've even sir, fixed my drone several times just by my own.
මේගොල්ලන්ගේ තිබුණා කෙනෙ drone එක that is not there anymore I think. They had a drone where it was actually that was a very very cheap one which is known as Trello. 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 ඔමන්න බලමු. I'm not sure whether they have stocks. Maybe this one. So this is 35. They don't have stocks anymore, but this is 39,500. This thing,
Still.
yeah, but then again, this thing comes with a Python dev kit. So
Oh, then?
yes,
So we can just like make our own Python code and we can run
Python
some
code and you can
stuff.
run it. Yes, this basically comes with a API, an application program interface where you get a certain set of Python functions. You just need to install it and then you plug in a USB and you program it. And you can run custom Python scripts on top of the drone itself. This is known as a hobby drone. Just
Okay.
just remember the name Trello. Rice Tech Trello and just do a search on YouTube and see Rice RYZD Rise Tech Trello hobby projects. People have done more massive projects. Recently, I saw a project where one guy has created a surveillance drone. So he has connected this with his house security system. When the security system detects any movement, there are like
Yes.
5-6 drones inside
Drones
his house.
flying around.
Yes, inside his house, he has 5-6 drones which is on set to charge, and whenever the outdoor cameras detect some motion, automatically these drones come up and they just do a sweep around the house and see who is there.
Oh, that's the same thing that Audi or Benz. No, Audi sir. Audi they got together with DJI and they created that drone light thing that when they are going in such a speed, their drones are going to fly over the vehicle
Okay.
like in front by giving like a light.
I saw the video. Yeah, that was kind of like an outdoor vehicle, right? A jeep or something.
Oh yeah, sir. And
Yes,
sir,
yes.
now it's not there again. It's not like
No.
they didn't use it because they didn't have a market to that.
That was actually a concept video, Kenny. Conceptual video. So they just show it and see whether people like it. Something like that. Okay, so now we jump into sorting algorithms. Okay, so before we jump into this, there is another point you need to learn about. So that this is not here in your syllabus, but again you need to know how this particular code works. So have you heard about the term compiler? Compiler.
Exactly, no, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay, so a compiler is basically the person who is in responsible of converting whatever we write in a as using a programming language to the machine readable code. Okay, so the compiler is basically in charge of doing this conversion process.
Yes, sir.
So here we don't talk about this. Now, when you install Python, what happens, what gets installed in your laptop is the Python compiler, which is then works in a way where it reads your code, it reads your Python code, and it converts that code into machine code. So whatever you do, you must have some sort of a compiler. Now, when it comes to JavaScript, we will learn another term which is known as a transpiler. So we have the compiler and we have a transpiler. So a transpiler is something, I'm not going to let you write this down or something, just remember the keywords. So the transpiler is something which will transform an existing code to another code. Okay. ඔය දෙකම programming languages වල use කරන දෙයක්. දැන් if you take something like Python is known as a scripting language which compiles during the runtime. Runtime means let's say you want to create a hello world Python file, you just open a file and you save it, you type print within quotes hello world and you save the file as hello.py, right? And then you run the file using Python space the hello world file. That's how you do that, no? So when you run it, what actually happens behind the scenes is that particular file is sent through the compiler, the Python compiler, and it will convert that code into whatever the machine code which is already there. So I know it's a bit complicated, but did you get the idea? Just the rough idea how it
Yes.
works, right? So we do have multiple different types of compilers. So compilers ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා. C, C++, Python, Go, Rust වගේ ආර්ථකයක් තියෙනවා. ඒකම we have another set of transpilers which we use to convert different type of JavaScripts and different types of languages. So that is also something added on top of the main system. Okay, so just keep these things in mind, and that's how things work behind the scenes. Okay, we are not going to touch base on that for the moment, but we will learn this when you get to IGCSEs, when you get to grade 9. Okay, so that is in that step we will learn it in a bit in-depth manner so that you can understand how it works. Okay, so now we jump into a point which is known as sorting algorithms. Okay, so can you tell me why do we need to sort?
Or else it would work in a wrong way, right?
Explain me how your answer. What do you mean by work in a wrong way?
That means if we didn't sort the algorithms in the correct way, like if we need to walk front and go to left, But if we like put it in a jumbled way in another manner, it would go back and go to left and like that. So we should sort the algorithms in the correct way.
Not exactly Camille. නෑ මෙහෙමයි මෙහෙම හිතන්නකො. uh, think you have a bunch of data like this. Okay, so let's say you have a set of values like this: 2 4 9 sorry 2 6 9 2 6 4 9 1 3, right? And then let's say you get to a position where you have to think about, you have to get the smallest number, right? If you need to get the smallest number out of this particular thing, it is going to be a little bit of a hard point to find what is the smallest number, right? Because you will have to go through each and every point and check and see what this is. So in this case, what would be the easiest solution is you sort it according to the ascending order. So when you sort it according to the ascending order, what you get is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 9. So when you sort this out, then when you want to find the smallest number, it's just a walk in a park. You just get the first value.
That's
Got the idea. Now, same way, if you want to get the largest number, either you sort it into the ascending order and get the last number, or you sort it according to the descending order and get the first number. Both works.
Oh, yes, sir.
So that is one way. Okay. So basically, sorting algorithms are actually being used on almost every application at a certain point. So example is, if you take a mobile app to find the high score table of a computer, let's say you're playing a game, in that game if you need to find the highest score, then obviously you need to sort it out, right? Or let's say you have a certain set of songs in your playlist and you want to sort it according to the alphabetical order of the names of the singers, then you need to go with the sorting. Otherwise, your contacts. So even if you take a simple contact list, the contact list is sorted according to, if you can see this, it should be, yeah, it is sorted according to the order. See, here on top you can see it is sorted according to the order, right? So
Sir has a nice profile picture.
thanks. So likewise, so sorting is one of the primary requirements when it comes to programming languages. So
yes,
now here we use different types of sorting, but here we are going to use inbuilt functions of Python in order to make sure the sorting can be done. So in Python we do use we have this method called sort. Okay, so when we use the sort method, what it does is it will basically sort the order of whatever the values you pass in to that particular variable. And remember, this variable, what is this variable? Do you know what type of a variable this is?
So that is an int.
අයියෝ නෑ ඉන්ට් කියන්නේ ඉන්ටිජර් නේ. ඉන්ට් කියන්නේ නම්බර් එකක්. මේක මොකක්ද?
String.
String උත් නෙමෙයි. String කියන්නේ text එකක්.
Then it's a tuple.
It's a tuple, but this can be mentioned as a list or an array.
Yeah.
Values ගොඩක් තියෙනවානේ.
I thought the sir was asking the type, sort of like you have that int tuple and those
Yes,
things.
yeah. So this particular letters variable has the type of a list or an array.
Oh yes. Sir, but if you put in front with brackets type, it should come as tuple or something
It
like
should.
that, right?
Yeah, let's try this out and see. Okay, so then if we try to sort an numeric set of numbers, you will still get the sorted number list. We'll try this out. And then this particular function, this sort function, has a parameter which you can pass. So these are parameters which you pass into the function. In this case, if you pass this function as, so by default, this is set to false. Okay, false කියන්නේ make a by default යන්නේ ascending order. But if you set this as reverse equals true, then it will automatically switch the order to descending. Okay, so then you sort it according to the other way around. So you go into descending order, and here if it is a set of numbers, then also it will go into the descending order. Okay.
And so when we are putting those what, not that, not operatings, but
Operators.
in Python, sir, when we put like not 10 equals 5,
Yeah.
if we put not command in front of that, it should come as false, right?
Correct.
It should come as true because it's false. No?
It is
It's
false,
sort of
but
like that,
you
right?
say false is not false.
Yes.
So not false is true. Okay, so before we jump into operators, let's try something out. So let me switch the screen.
Sir, do you know how to make those high pixels games from those codes and those things?
I haven't done anything like that for a long time, man.
A high pixel game?
Huh?
The high pixel games, sort of like.
No, the last time I built a game was like, I don't know, about close to about 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Also, like I want to make my own replica of Minecraft.
Okay, that's good. Just do a search and see how. Like, I'm pretty sure there are like multiple different types of applications which you can get it done with. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah. So
Let's
can you go to, so you have a Google account, right? You are logged into a Google account.
Oh yes.
Nice, perfect. Maro. Can you search as Google Collab? Or let me send you the link.
Wait, sir, no, sir, tell size. Type.
Man, chat එකේ දාන්නද?
Account.
Okay.
Collab.
Google Collab. COLAB Collab.
Google Collab. Okay, sir.
Nice. Okay. So now go to, ideally you should have these 3 buttons on top. So click on Open Collab.
Sir, I have new notebook. Welcome, open notebook.
Nice.
Sir, wait, shall I just share the screen?
Yes.
No, sir, the same thing as this, sir.
Okay. You're looking at the same thing, right?
No, sir. Wait, I'll show the screen.
Yes, please. Yeah, share the screen.
It shows like this.
Hold on, Kami, it's still loading. Nice, perfect. Okay, so now in that screen, click on new notebook. Okay, it will today also will. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that is about, so that is known as a release note, where it will show you a brief of all the updates they have received or they have done in this system. Okay, so you can close that, Kevin. That's perfectly okay. Nice. Okay. Now, shall we start writing a small code? Just let's start a print command. And let's do a hello world. No spaces. Nice.
Hello.
Perfect. Now press the.
Just find the external. Now this is.
Okay. Now press the play button. Nice. Okay. Now on your right hand top corner, you might see the connecting message. See. The connecting.
Oh yes.
Okay, so what it does is it basically creates something known as a virtual instance. Can you remember I taught you about this server computers, like virtual computers? Can you remember we
Yes, sir.
talked about? Yes. So
Yes,
here,
sir.
yeah, perfect. So here, what happens is when you click on run, this actually creates a virtual computer to run your code. So you don't have to install Python or anything on your machine. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Nice. Okay. So do one more thing. Just click on the top title here and add a name for this. So I'll add grade 6.
Tile here. Where is it, sir?
On the top, you have this IPYNB file. Udam.
Oh,
No.
yes, sir. Here.
Yeah,
This
click
is.
on the title. Yes, perfect. Just put a title. Don't delete the last part. Yeah, okay, no worries. Just put a, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, perfect. Now we have a full runtime of Python where you can run this, okay? Now the fun part is, so this works as in a workbook, okay? So that means you can have multiple codes in the same workbook. So just move your mouse over here, just the middle bar.
Okay, sir.
Cool. When you move the mouse, you should get these particular two buttons,
Okay.
code and text.
Got it, sir.
Okay. Click on code, and it will get you another code. Perfect. Okay. So now the fun part is it's like this. Now you can code as well as you can ask Gemini AI to generate some code as well. So let's do something like this. Say ask create create an input to get the users.
Sir, these things when I just
Yeah, just
goes
continue.
to use collab Gemini collab privacy notice. This notice
Yeah,
our
come on,
private policy.
no issue. Okay.
Oh,
Now click on generate, and so see what I'm going to create an input to get users name. Okay, and then when I click enter, you get the code.
oh.
Try something like that.
Wait. Okay, sir. Wait, sir. I just got an idea.
Okay.
Create.
It doesn't matter what if you made any spelling mistakes. It just automatically.
Create me a code to get a user's bank details and the emails to my email.
Okay. Let's see what it does.
Fetch could not fetch resource at https collab research
Uh,
google.com.
no, that is
No, so it's 80.
no. That is actually because of a network error. Came just uh, copy the copy the word again. Copy what you have written. Okay,
Okay.
copied. Yeah.
Copy this.
Okay.
Copy that.
Now just refresh the page. Just do a refresh. No, you don't have to close. Are you? You don't have to close. You can just refresh it.
Okay, sir, but thought of. See, sir, I have opened many tabs in. So I add on a plugin.
To get the colors and all, is it?
No, sir, I just got a solar system plugin that
Okay.
most of billions of people have used it. That's why. Wait, so it's still loading.
Sure. Take it out.
Okay, sir.
Now just
Okay, sir.
no. I think you created a new one. You can open the old one as well. No worries.
It's okay.
Share. Okay. Click on.
Analyze files.
No. Click
Okay,
on
sir.
generate with AI and paste it and try again. No, not there. You have to click on generate.
Oh, yes, sir.
Harry.
Here, right?
Nah, අතන උඩ. So in the string it says start coding or generate with AI. I think okay.
Start coding or generate the
Wow,
start
කොයි
coding.
හරි click කරන්න නිකන් තැනක. Just click on some empty space.
So
Just
yeah. Or start generating.
now.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Now paste the code. Just do control V.
Control
V.
P.
Control V. V.
Control. Ayyo, what I am doing.
Hurry.
Sorry.
Nice.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now press
Now
enter.
enter. So
Ah.
it still says the same.
Okay. Just remove the bank details part. Just say users details.
To get user
Just say details.
create a code, get an users details and the emails to my email. Okay, sir. It still says that.
Ah,
It's like waiting up here.
no.
And also.
Okay, then let's ask for a simple thing. Mein. Just ask write something like what I have written here. Create an input to get the user's name. Today.
Create an input to get an user.
Today also we are getting a bad storm again.
Oh yeah, so in our side also.
It started lightning.
Okay. So it still says like fetch error. Could not feed resource.
May hold on. Have you logged in? Your details are not visible now. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Omi in the bun. So I think I can. I can't. Okay. I can't. Sorry. Hold on. Omi. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Give me access.
Approved. Now okay, sir.
Okay.
Wait, sir, I have put annotate. Okay, now okay, sir. Now use it.
You are in a different mode, that's why. So you have to click on new notebook in Drive. Okay. And then okay, let it go. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Now can you see the logo is here? Google account.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay, let me rename this as well. So you can keep the same document throughout the module.
Okay.
Programming. Programming part 1. Okay, let me try something like this. So create a set of inputs to get users details and print it on to the terminal. Okay. Now let's see. Could not fetch resource auth user. So this says, okay, let's connect. Let's try this connecting.
Connecting Python 3 Google Computer Engine backended.
Yes.
Connected to Python.
Now let's try this out.
Still
let's copy this and see. Hold on. මොකක්ද මේ කියන්නේ?
Sir, whether is my computer running a virus?
No, this is something completely different. So this is basically.
You don't have permission to access.
Yes, 403 is basically the code 403 is known as no permissions. That's the typical 403 error. Okay, let's go to collab.
Ayyo, sir, I am in the mothers and those things under my mother's control, so that's it. My account is made.
Hold on. So is this is your account, huh?
Yes, sir.
You have put your age also, right?
Oh, yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, okay. I think you might have a age restriction. Shall we try? Do you have access to your mother's account?
Oh, yes, sir. It's in the laptop. Just close this.
Okay,
Go to this. Wait, it's loading.
okay. I think it might be because of that. Okay.
See, sir?
Yeah, so
You
with,
see this?
yes,
That's it.
yeah, okay. Let's try with your mother's account then. Okay, now,
I couldn't make it though like that, sir, because
okay.
our
Go
mail,
to collab.
it says like you should stay under that thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's it.
that's true, that's true. Obviously, yes. I I'm just wondering if they have okay, hold on now. So we'll go to collab, open collab, and search for notebooks. Okay, now let's create a new notebook because I just suspect if you do not have access to the uh, because of the age validation, sometimes the AI features are limited.
Oh,
That's why.
yeah, sir.
Okay, let's create a new notebook in Drive.
Especially these days.
Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, now it's there. Okay, let's put a name for this as well.
And so that's the same thing. One of my friend is in UK now, sir.
Okay.
He's using those mail. He has a tab in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
That means that the school gives him. But when he told me like I told him to like if you get the tab you can go to this thing and you can code and have it animated by logging into it.
Mm.
And he told we can't access for them because they have blocked it or something.
Ah, okay. They have blocked it.
Yeah, sir. But sir, still they can play games.
Okay. What happened?
And sir, my friend is like always playing it there.
Okay, let me try just typing a simple print statement.
Hello.
Harry, let's run this and see. Then let's try
So
the.
it's running. Then it's running.
It is running. Let's see. Let's see how it works.
So if you are having a virus, how to recognize it?
These, like, when it comes to browser activity, Kevin, it doesn't like a virus won't do that type of damage. It does sometimes. Like viruses keeps on taking you to a specific website and so on and so forth. You might get that type of errors, but apart from that, no. Anyway, just since you are using Windows, obviously you have to have some sort of a antivirus system installed.
Oh yeah, sir. There is McAfee, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we got the privacy notice. Nice. Let's try something like
Why?
this.
Then
Create.
randomly they said so. Saving. Now they
Uh,
are saving. 10 random numbers in use.
Input. We'll just call it
Is
like
it
this.
10
Create a.
random numbers like that?
Yeah, no, we'll just try to get the create a user input to get the user's first.
Name.
Yeah, is it typing? Yeah, it's first name. Okay, let me press enter.
Okay, sir. Now
It
it's
works.
okay.
Yeah, I think your because of the age restriction, the AI is restricted, Kemi. That's why. It should be, yeah. It should be.
Okay.
I'm just assuming. Okay.
Okay,
So
so now let's just try that out.
yeah. So when you say Vipula, what does it do? So this is not printing it out, no. We have to print it. So print the variable.
What's it?
So we are taking the input to the first name, no. So
Yes.
now print it.
Okay,
Print.
sir. Now we have to put a print.
Yeah, you can type it. Go on. Type. You type it.
Okay, sir. Wait, sir, I'll just enter it. Wait, what just happened?
So it basically suggests you a certain part of code. So you don't have to write it yourself. You can just automatically generate as a.
I use a wait, sir.
Yeah.
I have to take this thing to here and first name. It's there. Now,
Okay.
wait. Now, okay, sir. Now let me run.
Will it work?
What? Syntax error? Perhaps you forgot. Oh yeah. I forgot. I forgot this. Okay. No. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's.
I used to fix them alone when Visual Studio.
Now let's try it out.
Hi, user Kevin.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. Now you know how to work with collab. So I think you might have to use your mother's account to basically work on this, because there are certain age restrictions which allows you to which does not allow you to use this. So Kemit, remember, when you want to start a new code, just go down and create a new one.
Okay,
So
code.
no, not there. Just take your mouse under the code, take the cursor, take the mouse cursor under the code, and you will get the pop-up of to create a new code block. Now the method again. Take your mouse. Yeah, the palle method. Create it underneath it.
Sir, I don't. Okay, no.
Okay. Likewise, so keep a full history of whatever the code you do, so that you can work on it. As well as Kemit, now since you are working on this, can you share it with me as well, so that you can basically type something and you can show me the code.
Okay,
So
sir. How
let
to
me.
share it?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Click on share.
And I'll share.
I just sent you my email address.
Wait, sir. I had to just stick it.
Okay, so I just
Wait, sir. I had to copy this out.
sure. Control C, Control V.
Sir, but it's turning still when I'm putting the control C and those things.
Okay. Just do Control V.
Yo, what is happening? This is nothing's happening.
No,
Wait,
just
sir.
yeah, no. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me type it in. Yeah. So it's just type V. Does it work? Can I type?
Okay, sir.
Hold
Sir,
on.
I think you should ask the access so then it can.
I think I do have access. No. Yeah,
Oh, yes,
I do
sir.
have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I do have access. Hold on. Let's click on share. Share the notebook. Okay. Nice. Okay. We dot test dot ANAN DAPIYA at.
Sir, my computer has got slow now.
I I see that. Yeah. No, there is a slight delay.
Yeah, sir. Because I do those renders and those things, no, sir.
Make sure your computer is properly cooled, because when you do those renders, it automatically
Yes, sir.
heats. It basically heats up the computer a lot.
Oh, yeah, sir.
So, Hari, okay, I think I got access. Perfect. So now you can actually share the URL as well. So, yeah, okay, I got the notification. So, whatever the details whatever the things you do in this code, it will be shared with me. And then I can help you out at that point.
Wait, sir, I'm just typing that thing. Says the details and their emails and
Be careful
get.
typing things like that. You are using your mother's account.
I'm not sure about my ISP though. The emails and get the email to my email. I cannot provide with you that code. Access user's bank account. Extremely sorry. Oh my god. If you are interested in learning about data privacy, I can recommend some reputable sources. Okay.
See, I was
That was
waiting.
too much.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get that prompt.
Almost.
Okay.
No need of that.
If you are interested in learning about data privacy, I can recommend some reputable sources. Okay.
Create
No,
me
no, no.
as.
You are typing at the wrong point. No. Scrap it off.
Oh,
No. Scrap it and click on generate. Nice. Okay.
create me a basic website.
No, you can't ask that from this thing, man. See, that is so. This is only for Python. This is 100% pure for Python code.
Then look up.
Yes. Hari,
So,
okay.
sir, what
Yeah.
else we can like make?
Yeah, so you can actually run any Python code. So just write something like this. Let's do, okay, let's do, hold on, I'll keep this on the screen. So let's do, let's say, I want to get the, so, hold on, hold on. Let's say, create me a code to get users details. Create me a code to get users details. Code to get users get a user's details and and show it in a and nah, අපි කියමු let's do it like this. So then say and save it to a file. Save it to a file. Okay. See. So just to go up, I'll explain you the code. So what it does is it takes the first name and it takes the last name and the age and the city, and you have this function called with open as a file. So what it does is it will create a text file in your storage and then it will write these details to the file. Let's give it a try and see how it works. Click on play.
Okay, sir. They don't care about my code.
No problem. No problem.
Kevin, Ashley, Oti, and
Okay, nice. Go down. Yes, perfect. Okay. Now click on the storage icon onto your left hand menu. The icon under the key. Yes, that's the one. See?
this.
Okay, click on it.
Wait.
Just
Okay.
nothing.
First name, Kenneth. Last name. Oh my god, that's funny.
Yes. So you can actually do a little bit of a change as well. Go up, go back to the code. You can close that here and go up and click on, just change the prompt. Go to the prompt, I mean the AI prompt, go up.
Yes.
Up. Okay. Change it as save to a CSV file. Put CSV, prompt again. Yes, before the file, put it as CSV file. now the code will change. Okay, so now the code will obviously change. So the CSV file is known as a comma separated file. Okay, so this will let you create a data set, something similar to a database. Now run the code.
Okay, sir.
Now let's add some data.
Wait, sir. I just have to end last line. Wait, sir.
Sure.
User details
හරි
send to user.
user details හරි අන්න හැදුණා CSV එක දැක්කද?
Yeah, oh, yeah, sir.
No, not that one. You open the text file, open the CSV file. Now see that opens in a different way where it looks like a database. Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
See.
sir.
Now run the code again. I run karam code. Okay.
This one, right?
Yes. Yeah. Run it. Okay. තව කවර add කරමු බා. Let's add another user. Okay, press enter. Nice. Okay, now reload the file. You can either double. See,
Oh,
that's how. Yes, that's how you build a basic database. So this is extremely powerful. So basically, Colab is actually being used for all the machine learning work. So
in here, sir. So what is this thing tell like 70?
Yeah,
70.
that is actually because when you open Colab, it actually allocates you a certain disk space in Google so that you can actually create files and you can work on this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you have the option of running multiple codes. Okay, so can I quickly show you the features, then we can wrap it off.
Okay, sir.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to stop your sharing and let's try this out. So now yeah, so the sorting algorithms part, we'll quickly jump into this and see how it works. So I'm just going to open up my Colab and let me add another code snippet. Okay, so I added the code snippet and let's create a variable and see. So we are trying out the sorting part. Okay, so we have the letters. Okay, so see, when you add a comment, if you notice the color of the so let's say if I put a variable name like this, the color is black, no? But if I put a comment, a hash tag, it automatically changes the color. Yes. So sortable list of items. Okay, so let's say, yeah, let's take apple, banana and orange. Okay, so I will shuffle these items. So I'll put apple to the end. So we have banana, orange and apple. Now if I run this, since I am sorting it according to the alphabetical order, we get apple, banana and orange.
Okay, sir.
Right? Now if we clone the same thing, so here you can actually copy and sorry, you have the option of creating another okay, so let me do the same thing, but here I'm going to sort it according to the reverse order. Okay, so I'm going to call it as reverse as true. Now if we run this, we should see two items. See, this
apple,
is
banana, orange, banana, apple. It has shuffled its own way.
Yes, and this is the ESC. First one is ascending and the second one is descending. Okay, so that is the inbuilt method of sorting. Okay,
Yeah, sir.
now let's see one more item. So yes, yeah, that's the inbuilt method of sorting. Okay, I will give you a small homework before we wrap this up. So when you go to W3 schools,
Oh, W3 schools.
You
The
have
thing
this.
that we can learn Python.
Yes, you have Python. Okay. So before we jump, before we meet up in the next class, if you can just go through the features, try out these features, try out the data types. Okay. So
Okay.
in Python, I will send you these links on the chat as well as
The float, tuple, and those things, right?
yes, exactly. So let me send you these links.
I am like learning from the DP education sir because like they give you like easily tells you like to do like this and like that.
Okay, okay. No, that's good. That's good. That's perfect. So try this out. So I will. I send the link on the WhatsApp group as well. So try out the data types and try out the operators.
Operators.
So if you practice this, then it
The
would
plus minus and so the
exactly.
divided mark for we
Yes.
can put the slash mark and we
Exactly.
can put those we can put those star marks for multiplication or making it as an index number or something.
Yes. So just try this out, and then during our next class we can actually jump into these parts because if you practice it, it will be just a walk in a park for you to understand this. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll be trying out few operators. Sorry, this few calculations and all, and the operators part I will thoroughly go through it with you. So this is where we jump into logical or relational operators where we check for different types of logical conditions.
So in Python, sir, we don't use for the say for equal marks, sir, we use two equal marks, right?
Yes, but here this is a relational operator. So what you do is you basically see, yeah. So this is basically just the simple syntax, but in Python we use two. Okay, let me ask you a question. In Python we use three equals also. මොකටද තුනක් දාන්නේ?
That's the problem. So I didn't know about that. I only knew about the first part.
So let's do something like this. Number one. Okay. Two. Okay. But yeah, hold on. Sorry.
Syntax.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to, sorry, my bad. I was trying out something else. So in Python, it's a bit different, but if you take a typical scripting language, okay, so let me quickly show you this as well. So if you take something like PHP has a bit of a tricky situation. So if we take two variables, let's say 1 equals 1 and 2 equals 1.
So is it must to put that dollar mark?
Dollar mark must be there, correct? Yes.
Oh my god.
That is.
I don't even know. I'm happy.
Okay, so if we run something like this, it is true, right? So this is, we are checking if both numbers are true. So if I put this as a string, still see, it comes as true. So this is a very tricky thing because PHP is not a type safe language. Okay.
Oh.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So this is not a type safe language. So in these type of languages, we do have another equal sign operator. So this is 3 equals. Okay. Now when I use 3 equals and if I start to check this, now I am getting the issue as false. Because now we are checking if both sides have the same type. So we check if the variable 1's and variable 2's values are the same, plus we check if the type is also the same.
Oh, sir.
That's
Sir,
why.
but in Python we don't get like type of
No,
that, right?
in Python we don't need to go into that level. No. Okay.
Exactly. They have tied it up to tuples and it
Yes.
and those.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Okay. So let's wrap it up at this point. And I do have the other class at 8 o'clock. I can send you the link. I will drop you the link also. You can join if you are free.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Perfect. Okay. See you then. At
Okay,
that.
sir.
Okay.
Thank
See
you,
you.
sir.
Sure thing.
Bye,
Okay.
sir.
Bye. Bye.